Good morning. Welcome back to Book Morning Coffee. Here, we begin our mornings slowly, with stillness, reflection, and gentle gratitude. In this series, 15 Ikigai Paths, we explore the many ways people find meaning in their everyday lives. From teaching and creating, to protecting, connecting, and crafting. Each Ikigai path is like a mirror reflecting one way to live meaningfully, and perhaps one of them will remind you of who you truly are. In our last story, we met the craftsman, whose Ikigai lives in patience, presence, and mastery of the hand. Today, we meet the farmer, a soul who finds peace by listening to the rhythm of the earth itself. This is the farmer's rhythm, living close to earth, living with Ikigai. He wakes before the Sunday. The air is cool, the fields still covered in morning dew. He doesn't need an alarm clock, because the earth itself is his reminder. The call of a bird, the smell of soil, the sound of water. His hands are rough, but his heart is soft. Every morning, he tends to the land. Not rushing, not forcing, just moving with the natural rhythm. He knows when to plant, when to rest, when to wait, when to harvest. To outsiders, his life seems simple. No titles, no screens, no deadlines. But he knows something the modern world often forgets. Peace doesn't come from having more, but from being in sync with life itself. When he works, he doesn't just grow crops. He grows gratitude. Each seed he places in the ground is an act of faith. He trusts that the sun, the rain, and time will do their quiet work. And when the harvest comes, he bows, not to himself, but to the mystery that makes it all possible. That's his Ikigai, to be part of the great rhythm that sustains everything. The farmer's Ikigai is built on harmony, the balance between effort and surrender. He understands that control is an illusion. You can't force a seed to grow faster, nor can you stop the seasons from turning. So instead of resisting nature, he learns to dance with it. This is the wisdom of the farmer. Work with life, not against it. Do your part, then trust the rest. In this surrender, he finds freedom. In this rhythm, he finds peace. Pause for a moment. When was the last time you truly felt the rhythm of nature? When you breathed with the wind, walked without rushing, or felt the sun warm your face? That quiet connection, that's what the farmer feels every day. You don't have to live on a farm to live like a farmer. You can bring this Ikigai into your own life by slowing down, by tending to what matters, by being patient with your own seasons of growth. The farmer's path is not about achievement. It's about alignment. The farmer teaches us that the earth is not separate from us. We are part of her cycle. When we forget this, we become restless, anxious, disconnected. But when we remember, when we live with awareness, gratitude, and care, life becomes full again. He doesn't measure success by numbers, but by nourishment. The food on the table, the smiles of his family, the beauty of another sunrise. And every night, as he washes his hands, he feels a quiet joy, because his work has meaning and his days are honest. That's the peace that grows when you live close to the earth. If your soul finds comfort in simplicity, in caring, in patience, perhaps this is your Ikigai. The farmer's Ikigai reminds us that to live well, we don't need to control life. We just need to cooperate with it. The soil, the sky, the seasons, they teach us that everything has its time. And when we move with that rhythm, life feels whole again. Each Ikigai path is like a mirror reflecting a different way to live meaningfully. Which one feels like yours? Thank you for spending your morning with Book Morning Coffee. This was The Farmer's Rhythm, living close to earth, living with Ikigai. If you've ever found peace in nature, or joy in doing things slowly and mindfully, comment below. This feels like my Ikigai. And subscribe so you won't miss the next morning story. Next time we'll meet the storyteller, a soul who lives to give life to words, to share meaning through voice and imagination, and to remind us that stories can heal. See you in the next sunrise story, The Storyteller's Voice. Each Ikigai path is like a mirror reflecting a different way to live meaningfully. Which one feels like yours? Book morning coffee?